All right, so with the masses that we've taken with the soil, before we put it into the furnace, and after we'll take it out of the furnace, we'll be able to figure out the soil organic matter, and that's described as a percentage. So we're thinking about how much of that soil, that dry soil that we have, is organic matter. So to calculate that, we take our mass of the soil before we put it in the furnace, and then from that we subtract the mass after we put it in the furnace, because the only thing here that is being removed through combustion is the organic matter. So this top numerator quantity is that organic matter mass, and then we divide by the pre-loss on ignition soil mass, because that's our total soil mass that we're interested in, and then we multiply that by 100 to get the percentage. So we didn't go through how to calculate the soil mass alone, but it's a pretty simple calculation where you just take what we actually measured, which was the crucible plus the soil mass for both pre and post loss on ignition. So for pre-loss on ignition soil mass, you take that pre-loss on ignition crucible plus soil mass, and then you subtract the crucible mass, and then it's analogous with the post-loss on ignition. And that crucible mass, from our data sheet, you can see that we have the crucible mass, and so in both equations that's the same mass. And then as of now we have our pre-LOI crucible plus soil mass, so you'd use the difference between these two to calculate this quantity. And then once we get the crucibles out of the furnace, we'll be able to calculate our post loss on ignition crucible plus soil mass, and then using that and the crucible mass, be able to calculate the post loss on ignition soil mass.